Is War Thunder actually bad? If you've been in the War Thunder community for any period of time, I'm sure you've noticed that a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about War Thunder, but is it really as bad as people say? The number one thing I think people say about War Thunder being bad is that their teammates are bad or that the community is bad, but I really feel like when you have a big community of people, you can't say it's bad as a whole. War Thunder is a huge game with a ton of people, so sometimes you're going to have good teammates and sometimes you're going to have bad teammates. And sometimes in the community, you're going to run into good people and sometimes you're going to run into bad people. I really don't think it's fair to assign an entire community as good or bad. War Thunder is just a big community with a lot of different people. The next thing people constantly cite about War Thunder being bad is up tiers, which is basically where you get put against vehicles stronger than your own. And I do say it is frustrating, especially when it happens over and over again, or especially when you're stuck in a ghost BR and you keep getting pushed up no matter what you do. Now I do say this is a pretty big problem that could use some fixing, honestly. What I see people suggest oftentimes is that the game could at least show you when you're gonna get an up tier so then you know if you want to really continue or not. And I do think that would be a fair fix because I do think this is something that really takes away from the game. The next biggest thing you hear people complain about is pay to win, and I really say pay to win is not a big problem in War Thunder. You can buy tanks, but you can't buy skill. Oftentimes when people buy vehicles, they end up just losing anyway because they don't know how to use them. I would say that complaining about pay to win really isn't very valid because, I mean, the game has to make money somehow, and like I said before, just because you bought a good tank doesn't make you good at the game, so I really don't think it's that big of an issue. So while there are a lot of valid complaints to make about War Thunder, and while there's many unvalid complaints people make about War Thunder, I have to say overall, I feel like War Thunder is a pretty fun game, and not to mention you get a lot of content completely for free. I feel like what people really overlook is you can play War Thunder from beginning to end without spending any money. And when you compare it to a lot of other free games, it's certainly more content than you get from any of those. So overall, I would say no, War Thunder is not actually bad.